because we're going to look at the law of cosines. Law of cosines is used in side, 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 or side, angle, side cases. You should already have that written down somewhere. Okay, hopefully. Okay, but when you have side, 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 angle, side, this is the law of cosines. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two formulas. Okay, this is the first one. The first one is used when you know side, angle, side. Notice this is what it says, used to find side C opposite a given angle C. So basically what you have is you have this. In order to solve the law of cosines, you have to know this, and that. And you can use the law of cosines to find this side. So you have to know the side, an angle, and a side. And you can use the law of cosines to find the side opposite that. Now there's another formula I'm going to show you. Now this formula will work for both. Understand. And I actually used to teach it for both, but then I found this formula. Side, side, side case. Used to find the angle A opposite the given side A. So I actually like this one because I always had kids making mistakes in the other one, simplifying it. Because I was like, really? Okay, so. Now, you know this, and this, and you will use it to find that side right there. So those are the two law of cosine formulas that we're going to look at today. Then we're also going to look at an area formula for how you can find the area of an oblique triangle. These don't take long to solve. These are actually a little more in-depth than law of sines. They have a few more steps, but they're not any more difficult. So let's go ahead and look at an example. It says solve triangle ABC. So I want to find angle A, angle B, and angle C. What case do I know in this triangle? All the sides. So this would be the SSS case, right? So here we have A, B, C, side 8, side 19, side 14. Now whenever you have a situation like this, you always want to find your biggest angle first. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You always want to find your biggest angle first if you have a side, side, side case. Biggest angle is always opposite the biggest side. Okay, so in this case, the biggest angle is angle what? B. So we're going to use that second formula. And so that second formula from your notes should be the cosine of B equals. Now we're going to have to manipulate things around because we're not finding cosine of A. Okay. In this case, this is how you figure out what you use. It'll be 14 squared plus 8 squared. Why do you think I used the 14 and the 8? They're the ones that touch B. Okay, so the two angles that flank the angle are the two sides that flank the angle you're trying to find. Those are the two that you start with. I'm going to subtract from that the side opposite the angle, 19 squared. And I'm going to divide that by 2 times 14 times 8. What do you notice about the side opposite the angle? How many times is that used? The side opposite the angle is used how many times? Once. The other two sides are used twice. Okay, so that's kind of one of those things. So now what we have to do is calculate this. So I have the cosine of B. You could do this all in one step on your calculator if you put parentheses here and then parentheses here. And I want to know to 4 decimal places what it's going to be. So put parentheses around the top, parentheses around the bottom. What did we get?
Negative
I got
3.45, 0.
Now, remember what I said, we always start with the largest angle. So now how do we find the individual angle B? What do we do? Inverse cosine. So you're going to take the inverse cosine of that number. What do you get? 116.80. That's why it's negative. If you get a negative here at the cosine, it's going to be bigger than 90. Okay? So angle B is 116.80. So 116.80. Now what I need to do is find one other angle, and then I'll be able to subtract from 180. So believe it or not, what you could actually do now is the law of sines. Okay? Because you have an angle-side combination. Yep. So I could do sine of 116.8 over 19 equals sine of, and let's find the smallest angle now. A over 8. So what do you get sine of 8 equal? So your angle is?
42.08.
Perfect. So then now how do you find the third angle?
180 minus both of those.
How do you?
And so you should have gotten
41.12.
0.12. And there you go. Biggest thing though, you've got to find that largest angle first if you have to use the law of cosines. 8 sine of 116.8 divided by 19. All right, think you can handle that? All right, let's look at another one. Okay, so real quick, let's go ahead and draw a triangle. So what do I need to find? Yep. So let's look at what I'm given. What am I given in this triangle? Side, angle, side. So this is law of cosines. Okay, this is the first problem, our first formula though. So side angle side case states, in this case it was c squared, but I'm not wanting to find c squared, I'm wanting to find the side opposite the given angle. So what is the side opposite the given angle on this one? A. So this is going to be a squared equals. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 squared plus 15 squared minus 2 times 10 times 15 times the cosine of 115. If you remember from the previous slide, remember those two sides that touch the angle? We used those twice. We used them twice here. Okay. Now, once again, if you're going to calculate this, you can calculate this all in one step on your calculator. Oops. Okay. So I have 10 squared plus 15 squared minus 2 times 10 times 15 times cosine 115. And what do you get a squared to equal? Big number. Oh, I got big. I got 451.
Yeah.
Somebody else get that?
Yeah.
451.75855 if I go to 4 decimal places. Okay, so then now, how do you solve that for A? Square root. Now normally whenever we take the square root, you take the plus or minus, but we don't have to worry about the minus here because you can't have a negative side. So what's the answer going to be? 21.26. Okay, so A is 21.26. Okay. So now, we have to find the remaining two angles. What would you use? I'd use law of sines. Okay, law of sines, and this is the thing. You need to find the smallest angle. Okay, so when you're using law of sines here, you use it to find the smallest angle. You use law of cosines to find the biggest angle. So what will be the smallest angle now? C, because that is opposite side 10. Okay, C's angle is going to be smaller than B's angle because B is opposite the 15. Okay, so my angle side combo is sine of 115 over 21.26, and that's going to equal sine of C over 10. So to 4 decimal places, I want you to tell me what sine of C is. Good. Okay, take your inverse sine, and what do you get C to equal? 25.23. So then now, 0.23. Take your 180. What'd you get? 39.77 degrees. So pretty straightforward law of cosines. Okay, you don't have to worry about any special cases or two solutions. Law of cosines will always work. It's just a little bit, more in depth of a formula. So the last thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how you find the area of these oblique triangles. Now remember, you've got a quiz tomorrow. Shortened day, and you've got a quiz tomorrow. Yes. Over everything we've covered this week. Okay, so now this is called Heron's area formula. This is used if you know all 3 sides in any triangle. It doesn't have to be right. Okay, Heron is actually a mathematician from Alexandria. Okay, lived back in the day. And how you find the area of that triangle is you take S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. S equals A plus B plus C, all divided by 2. So as you're writing that down, I want you to think to yourself, what would you think S, stands for? So S in the formula, what do you think? So, ooh. Not science. What? What would A plus B plus C in the triangle be?
The size. So those being.
Yeah, but if you add them together, what do you get?
The perimeter.
The what? Perimeter. Okay. So what are you doing with the perimeter to find S? You're taking you're dividing it by 2. Okay. So the perimeter divided by 2. Dividing by 2.
Area.
So if you take a circle and divide it by 2, what is each shape called? What is each resulting shape called? Take a circle divided by 2. A semicircle.
A semi-triangle.
So what do you think S stands for there? Semi what? I think somebody said it.
Semi-rectangle.
What did you say this was? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did, semi-perimeter. That's right. It's the semi-perimeter. It's the perimeter divided by 2. Okay, so that's where it comes from. They don't just magically, oh, we're going to let it be S. Okay, so the semi-perimeter. So perimeter divided by 2. So let's go and look at a problem here. Find the area of a triangle with sides 43, 53, and 72 meters. Okay, so pretty straightforward problem. We're going to start by finding S. We're going to plug it in, and we should be set. So S equals 43 plus 53 plus 72 divided by 2. Semi-perimeter is 84. So now we're going to use the area formula. Area formula says you take the square root, okay, of S, which is 84. Then I got some parentheses. So I'm just going to take now 84 minus each of the sides. It doesn't have to be a certain order, just as long as all the sides are accounted for. So you take the semi-perimeter first, and then you take 84 minus the length of all the sides. Okay, so 84 minus 43 is actually 41. 84 minus 53 is actually 20. Wait. 31. What was I thinking? 29. Try again. 31. And then 84 minus 72 is 12. So you're taking the square root of 84 times 41 times 31 times 12. Are you sure?
I don't know, I just punched it like that.
Oh. What'd you get?
1,131.
Meters squared.
Oh, wait.
So that's how you find the area of an oblique triangle where you know all three sides. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now what happens if, since we looked at with law of cosine side, what happens if you know the side angle side in a triangle? And this is the last thing we're going to look at today. Once again, another very straightforward formula. Very straightforward formula. It's not difficult. Now, in order for us to find this triangle, the area of this triangle, I need to know a side, an angle, and a side. That's what A, B, and C are. Okay? A is one side, B is another side, C is the angle between them. So that's it. So let's go ahead and look at a problem. Okay, find the area of a triangle with A equals 5, B equals 8, and C equals 40. So if we wanted a visual, here'd be A, B, C. Here'd be 40 degrees. A is 5, B is 8. So I can see, yes, this does fit the side criteria. So the area is just a matter of 1/2 times 5 times 8 times the sine of 40 degrees. Okay, so you could do 0.5. 0.5 times 5 times 8 times sine of 40. What do you get your area to be? 12.86, and in this case it'll be units squared. Okay, because they don't give us a unit. So we've actually covered a lot of information. 2 formulas for law of cosines, 2 formulas for area of a triangle, but yet they always work. Okay, they're pretty straightforward. So what you need to do now is add more on to your assignment from yesterday. Okay, 27 through 42, 46, 48, and 50. And remember, you have a quiz tomorrow. Okay? Quiz tomorrow.